part which is major pollutants and environmental pollution. Okay, so our first part, what is environmental pollution? So environmental pollution can be described as an addition or excessive addition. It may be any materials, it may be any factors, that is the addition and excessive addition of certain materials in the physical environment. Maybe it water, maybe air, maybe land. If this excess addition will be in the water, then we will call it as water pollution. If it will be in the air, then we will call it air pollution. And if it will be in the land, then we will call land pollution. Okay, so this particular excess addition or excess addition of certain materials which makes it fit or unfit for life, less fit or unfit for life, is called pollutant. One second. No issue? Any issue? Okay. One second, sorry. One second, for few seconds, I am stopping this screen share. Okay, so we were discussing what is environmental pollution. One second, is any problem? Okay, sorry for few seconds. Okay, we were discussing the environmental pollution part. In the last slide, I discussed that how we are going to proceed. In this particular part, we will discuss first which major pollutants are there and different type of environmental pollution, maybe it air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution. After that, we will move to ozone layer depletion, what all are the reason behind the ozone layer depletion, and the global and national and international effort to conserve the ozone layer depletion, that is the Vienna Convention, Montreal Protocol, Kigali Amendment. After that, we will move to greenhouse gases, important greenhouse gases, what all are their sources and what are their impacts. After that, we will move to global warming concept and related concepts like global warming potential and all that. After that, we will move to acid rain concept. In this particular direction, we will proceed our classes. So today I am starting from the environmental pollution. Okay, first of all, the question should be, what is a pollution? Pollution is defined as addition or excessive addition. It is the addition and excessive addition of certain materials. These materials may be added in the water, in the air, or in the land, or any other medium. If these materials are added in the water, then it is called water pollution. If it is added in the air, then it is called air pollution. And if it is added in the land, then it is called land pollution. So what will be the addition, what will be the effect of this addition or excessive addition of the certain material? They will make the physical environment, maybe it water, maybe air or land, they will make it less fit or unfit for life. Then this is called pollution. And if these materials are added in the water, then it is called water pollution, air pollution, and land pollution respectively. Okay, so this is the basic definition of the environmental pollution. Maybe it water pollution, maybe air pollution, and land pollution. So we will discuss all different type of pollution, maybe water pollution, air pollution, land pollution, e-waste pollution, plastic pollution. Okay, so today I am starting from the part air pollution. Before studying the air pollution, I have categorized the pollutants all according to different levels. For example, One categorization is called primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. Pollutants is the addition or excessive addition of certain materials. So this categorization is primary and secondary pollutant. So what is primary pollutants? For example, if a pollutant persists in the environment in the form in the same form which it is added to the environment, means if the form of the pollutants remains the same, then it is called primary pollutants. For example, plastic remains in the environment in the same form at the starting and at the end. So if it remains in the same form, it added to the environment in the same form, then it will be called primary pollutants. And if it is formed due to interaction among primary pollutants, then it will be called secondary pollutants. For example, this ground level ozone. This ground level ozone can be formed through the reaction of oxides of nitrogen, volatile organic compound, and in the presence of sunlight. This ground level ozone is formed. So this particular pollutant is formed due to interaction among these primary pollutants. Then it will be called secondary pollutants. Okay. So first categorization was primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. Another type of categorization is biodegradable pollutants and non-biodegradable pollutants. The word bio means it is related to something living beings. So if a particular waste, if the waste product which can be degraded by the microbial action means with the action of certain living organism, then it will be called biodegradable pollutants. For example, sewage. And if a particular waste product cannot be decomposed by microbial action, then it will be called non-biodegradable pollutants. So it is further classification: biodegradable pollutants and non-biodegradable pollutants on the basis of degradation by the microbial action or living organism action. So if a product can be degraded with the help of microbial action, then it will be called biodegradable pollutants. And if a particular waste cannot be decomposed by microbial action, then it will be called non-biodegradable pollutants. For example, this plastic, it cannot be degraded with the help of microbial action. So it is called non-biodegradable pollutants. Example is glass, DDT, radioactive substances. All these are example of non-biodegradable pollutants. Further classification of pollutants is quantitative pollutants and qualitative pollutants. So first is quantitative pollutant. So quantitative pollutants is those pollutants which occur in nature and become pollutant when their concentration reaches beyond a threshold level. Means this type of pollutant already available in the nature, but it becomes in the category of pollutant when their number increases, when their concentration increases beyond a certain threshold level, then it is called quantitative pollutant. For example, CO2, oxides of nitrogen, they are present in the nature, but they becomes in the category of pollutant when their concentration increases beyond a threshold level, then it is called quantitative pollution. And this type of qualitative pollutants, they are not occurring in the nature and they are man-made. So for example, these fungicides, herbicides, and DDT, these are man-made pollutants and they are called qualitative pollutants. So in this particular slide, we have studied a different type of categorization of the pollutants, maybe primary pollutants, secondary pollutants, biodegradable pollutants, non-biodegradable pollutants, quantitative pollutants, or qualitative pollutants. So this is the simple categorization of different type of pollutants. Now we are moving to next slide. The first topic, the topic we are going to discuss, that is the air pollution. So first is, what is air pollution? The basic definition of pollution is the same. It will be the addition or excessive addition of certain material. And if this addition or excessive addition or excessive addition excessive addition of material is in the air, then it will be classified as air pollution. Okay. So this air pollution is one of the favorite topic of UPSC. UPSC is one of the favorite topic, air pollution. How it is favorite? When we will discuss the question related to this particular part, air pollution, then you will get to know that this particular topic is very important for UPSC prelims point of view. So what is air pollution? In the air, there will be addition or excessive addition of certain gases, and they will harm the environment. They will change the composition of the air, then it will be called air pollution. Okay. So it may be defined as the presence of any solid, liquid or gaseous substance in which may change the composition of the air and which is harmful to the environment, then it will be classified as air pollution. And this air pollution also contains noise pollution and radioactive pollution. This particular part we will discuss when we will discuss the noise pollution part and radioactive pollution part. Okay. So this air pollution, here you can see this particular image, the level of the air pollution. And this particular topic, every winter it remains a hot topic. Why? Due to Delhi air pollution. Due to Delhi air pollution, this particular topic remains in the news every year, and it is one of the favorite topic of UPSC also. Okay. So if we analyze the reason behind the increase of the air pollution, then there are certain reasons. For example, increasing traffic level, growing cities, rapid economic development, and industrialization. These are some of the reasons which are responsible for the sudden increase in the air pollution in the major cities of the India. So this, here you can see this particular exhaust from the power plants. It is also responsible for the air pollution, and this air pollution affect metabolism and photosynthetic ability of the plant. And it is also a reason behind other environmental issues. For example, acid rain. How? Acid rain is our topic. We will study in detail in that particular topic, but I am giving you certain passing reference. For example, air pollution, certain gases is emitted through the power plant, for example, sulfur dioxide. And when this sulfur dioxide react with the atmospheric water vapor, then it will form sulfuric acid. It will form sulfuric acid, H2SO4, and sulfuric acid. It is an acid. So when it will raining, then this acid will also it will also mixed with the rain, and it will be the reason for acid rain. So pollutant was sulfur dioxide, which is a air pollutant, but this particular pollutant lead to the acid rain. So this air pollution, air pollutants, they are responsible for other environmental issues also. For example, this air acid rain, ozone layer depletion also. That particular part I will discuss when I will discuss the ozone depletion part. And global warming. What is global warming and related concept? In the starting, I have told you how I have categorized this particular topic and how I am going to cover this particular topic. So you through this slide, you get to know that what is the basic of air pollution, and air pollution, how it is responsible for the other environmental issues, maybe it acid rain, ozone layer depletion, and global warming. So before starting this, the pollutants related to air pollution, I am discussing this very important concept related to coal ash, because in prelims 2020, one question came regarding this particular part, coal ash. And in the prelims 20, I think 2015, question came regarding fly ash. So you can imagine the importance of this particular topic, coal ash. Fly ash is a part of coal ash itself. So name itself says what is a coal ash. So it is as it is the solid particles or the coal combustion. This particular coal ash, it is also called coal combustion residues, CCR. So it is the residue part after the coal combustion in the that power plant, thermal power plant. So in the thermal power plant, we use in the India, in most of the thermal power production, in the energy generation part, there are many methods like thermal power generation, hydropower generation, and nuclear power generation. In India, most of the electricity is produced through the thermal power plant. And in the thermal power plant, we use the coal. So the coal is used to convert the water into water vapor. So after the coal combustion, what is the residue is left, that is called coal ash. So it is the basic understanding regarding the coal ash. So it is primarily from the burning of coal in the coal fired power plant. It is the main source of the coal ash. So what is the main source? In the thermal power plant, we use coal as a fuel. So after the combustion of the fuel, that is coal, whatever residue part is remaining, that is called coal ash. Okay. So this particular coal ash includes many products. For example, fly ash. The fly, as name itself says, that is fly means the remaining particles which are in the flying mode, means which are moving in the air, then it will be called fly ash. Another part is bottom ash. Name itself says it will be remain at the bottom of the that particular power plant, then it will be called bottom ash. Boiler slag and flue gas desulfurization material, all these are the byproduct of the coal ash. So for our examination point of view, important is coal ash, sorry, fly ash. So what will be fly ash? So fly ash will be very fine powdery material composed mostly of silica, made from the burning of finely ground coal in a boiler. So this particular fly ash part, where the ash will be in the flying condition, means the particles of the fly, the ash will be in the air, moving in the air, then it will be called fly ash. So what all are the byproducts of the coal ash? Four byproducts. One is fly ash, another one is bottom ash, after that boiler slag, and after that flue gas desulfurization material. So this is the byproduct of the coal ash. For our examination point of view, important part is fly ash. Okay, and there are other product also not important for examination point of view, just written here for your reference. So now I am moving the very important part, that is the fly ash. In the prelims 2015, a question also asked regarding the fly ash. So this particular part, this is the leftover portion, and this is the fly ash, which will move when there will be air, then it will fly in the air, then it will be called fly ash. So the ash part, please mute your audio, please mute your audio. So ash part that is in the flying mode, it will be called fly ash. Okay. So this particular fly ash is also called flue ash or pulverized fuel ash. It is a different name of fly ash. And this particular fly ash is mostly detected by the thermal power plant as byproduct of coal burning operation. One second, please mute your audio. One second. Okay. Now it's okay. Okay. Okay, so we were discussing the fly ash. Fly ash is one of the byproduct of that part, that is the coal ash. Okay, so this particular fly ash, it is also called flue ash or pulverized fuel ash. This is a different name of fly ash. And what is the main source of fly ash? The main source of the fly ash will be the same which will be the main source of the coal ash. So what was the main source? The thermal power plant. So it is the main source of the fly ash part also. And this fly ash, it pollutes the air because it will moving in the air. it will pollute the water also, and it may cause heavy metal pollution in the water. What all are the heavy metals in the water and what all are the sources of the heavy metals, this particular part I will cover in the water pollution part. In this particular lecture, I will cover those pollutants which are mainly responsible for air pollution. For water pollution part, that particular pollutants I will cover in the water pollution part. Okay. So this fly ash, it affects the crops also, vegetation also, as a result of its direct deposition on leaf surfaces. For example, this particular leaf surface, we have discussed the photosynthesis process. In the photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide and water, it combine in the presence of sunlight and it form the carbohydrate plus oxygen. So this particular, there in the plant leaves, there are small pores which are called stomata. With the help of this stomata, plant take the carbon dioxide. So now if there will be deposition of the fly ash, then it will affect the photosynthesis process also. So this fly ash part, it will affect the photosynthesis process also. Okay. So now very important part on which a question was asked in the prelims 2015, that what is the composition of the fly ash? So this particular fly ash, it contains mainly oxide. It is oxide rich. Oxide means addition of the oxygen. So it contains the oxygen of silica, aluminium, oxides of iron, calcium and magnesium. These names are very important. And it also contains toxic heavy metals, very important part. It contains toxic heavy metals like the lead, arsenic, cobalt and coppers. What is the source of arsenic? What is the source of cobalt? This particular part I will discuss in the water pollution part. Already I have told you. So it contains mainly aluminium silicate, which is in large amount, silicon dioxide, SiO2 and calcium oxide. These are the major oxides present in the fly as very important examination point of view. Aluminium silicate, silicon dioxide and calcium oxide. These are the pollutants which are mainly found in the fly ash part. Apart from these major pollutants, there are some minor pollutants also. For example, this arsenic, beryllium, boron, cadmium, chromium, hexavalent chromium. So the list is like this. These pollutants also present in the small quantity. Minor, they are minor constituents. Major constituents are aluminium silicate, silicon dioxide and calcium oxide. And it also has unburned carbon. Those part which was not burned completely, it also becomes part of fly ash, and it is also minor constituents of the fly ash. So now you understood what is the composition of the fly ash. Majorly, it contains the oxides of aluminium, silicon and calcium. That is the aluminium silicate, silicon dioxide and calcium oxide. And in the minor quantity, there are other pollutants also. For example, arsenic, beryllium, boron, cadmium and like this. Okay. So now we are moving. What is the use of fly ash? Here you can see in this particular image, what is the use of fly ash? This fly ash can be used to make the brick like this. Here you can see the brick. These bricks are made with the help of fly ash. This particular fly ash, this particular surface is covered with the help of fly ash. So there are some uses of the fly ash part. For example, it is used in the agriculture part, building material, bricks construction, mine fills. For example, a particular mines, to fill that particular mine, we used this fly ash also. We can use in metallurgy also, and environmental control, embankment. This all thing have written here in the form of words. For example, it can be used in the production of cement also. Very important. It can be used to make the bricks, which I have shown you in the image also. It can be used as a fill material. For example, a particular mine is after the extraction of particular ores, to fill this particular mine, we can use the fly ash. So it can be used as a fill material also. It can be used as a reclamation of wasteland. It can be used as a to to fill the mines, that is after the extraction of the particular ore, the remaining part can be filled with the help of fly ash. So it also can increase the crop yield when added to the soil. So when it is added to the soil, because soil required certain nutrients. What type of nutrients soil required? There are two type of nutrients. One is micronutrients and another one is macronutrients. What is in the list of micronutrients and what is in the list of macronutrients, this particular part I will discuss when I will discuss the agriculture section. Okay, here this particular, so the nutrients requirement of the soil can be fulfilled with the help of fly ash also, up to certain extent. So that's why it can increase the crop yield also. Very important point. When this fly ash is added to the soil, then it is helpful. But when this particular fly ash is it is on the surface of the leaves, then it is not helpful and it will reduce the photosynthesis process. So this particular point is very important from examination point of view, because it may confuse you that if the fly ash we will add to the soil, then it is helpful, and if it is spread on the leaves, then it is not helpful. Okay, so very important point, because it will hamper the photosynthesis process and it also enhance the water holding capacity of the land. Okay, so these are the important uses of the fly ash, that is the in the cement, in the brick construction, it as a filling material, reclamation of wasteland, it can increase the crop yield and it enhances the water holding capacity. So these are the very important uses of fly ash here listed in this particular image also. So one second. So what to increase the consumption of the fly ash, the utilization of the fly ash, government has taken certain initiative, which is also important for examination point of view. For example, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, they had made it mandatory to use fly ash based products for in all construction project, road embankment works and low lying land filling works within 300 kilometers. For example, this particular thermal power plant is there, this particular thermal power plant is there in the 300-kilometer radius. Earlier it was 100 kilometer, after that it was increased to 300 kilometer. So in the 300-kilometer radius, it is mandatory to use fly ash based product. Okay, one second, please mute your audio. One second. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry, somebody was disturbing. Okay, so we were discussing this particular part, that is a government initiative. So what all the government take the initiative to increase the consumption of the fly ash. So one very important initiative was that if there is a thermal power plant that in the radius of 300 kilometer, earlier it was 100 kilometer, now in the 300 kilometer radius it is mandatory, very important point, it is mandatory to use the fly ash based product. What are the fly ash based product? That is the bricks and that cement made with the help of fly ash. So it is mandatory to make the use of this. One second. Okay, so it is mandatory to use the fly ash based product, maybe it the bricks made with the help of fly ash, that is the cement made with the help of fly ash. So all the products made with the help of fly ash, their use is mandatory up to the radius of 300 kilometer. Okay, earlier it was 100 kilometer. And the mine filling activities also in the radius of 50 kilometer, it is mandatory to use the fly ash for the filling purpose of the mine. So it is very important initiative of the government of India to increase the consumption of the fly ash. Okay, so in this particular fly ash utilization policy, Maharashtra became the first step to adopt this particular policy. Very important point, that which particular state adopted the first. The Maharashtra has become the first state to adopt this fly ash utilization policy, which is based on the principle of wealth from waste. Okay, and what other initiative, for example, GST rates of the product based on the fly ash have been reduced to the 5%. And one particular mobile app name is very important, Ash Track mobile app. It is with the help of name also you can interpret Ash Track. So it will be related to the better management of the fly ash. So this particular the initiative, that mobile app is launched by the Ministry of Power. And what is the use? The use is better management of fly ash and product produced by thermal power plant. So to effectively use of the this particular fly ash, this particular mobile app named Ash Track was launched by the Ministry of Power. So name is important, Ash Track mobile app. The simple question can be formed, that what is the objective of Ash Track mobile app? So what will be the objective? Objective will be the better management and utilization of the fly ash that is produced by the thermal power plant. Other initiative, government is promoting the ash park. What is the ash park? Name itself says, in this particular part, we will focus on the fly ash based product manufacturing units. Means in this particular part, we will focus those manufacturing which will be with the help of utilization of fly ash. So this ash park initiative is also taken by the government. So these are the initiative taken by the government of India to increase the utilization of fly ash. So in this particular air pollution part, two terms will come. So these are not related to government initiative, but the meaning of the term is important. First, it is arresters. So you should know what is arresters. So these are used to separate particulate matters from contaminated air. So in the contaminated air, what is particulate matter is there? What is particulate matter? That I will discuss in the further slides. So it is the process of separating the particulate matter. Maybe it PM 2.5, PM 10. So the separation process of this contaminated air and this particular the particulate matter, this particular thing is called arresters. So what is the use of arresters? Arresters can be used to separate the particulate matter, maybe it PM 2.5 or PM 10, from the contaminated air. Another term you will get in this particular part, that is related to air pollution, the scrubbers. So what is the use of scrubbers? These are used to clean air for both dust and gases by passing it through a dry or wet packing material. How and this particular process I will discuss in the further slides. So these two names are important, arresters and scrubbers. So these are related to this air pollution part. Okay. So this particular the use of the fly ash, these bricks are made with the help of fly ash. Here you can see in this particular part. So these bricks are made with the help of fly ash. This particular bricks are used here for the this particular road construction. Here it is also the use of fly ash, and for the effective utilization and management of the fly ash, Government of India launched this particular app, that is the Ash Track. Name is important, Ash Track mobile app. So okay, so this particular question asked in prelims 2015. Please try the question, and what will be your answer? Please mention in the comment section, that is the chat box. Okay. Okay, very good, very good. Please try. Very good. Please at least try. I have told you that previous year's question is very important to crack the prelims part, not only prelims, but mains also. Because previous year's question will provide you the direction, in which direction you need to prepare a particular topic. Very good, very good. Please try. Okay. So Talari Bhanuprakash, Khushbu, after that Mannat Thakur, Paulami, Nikhil, Preeti Vijay, Priyanka Nayak, Chandana 02, Nisha, K.S. Rangaswamy, Murunmay Google, Kunwaris Baris, Radhika, Jayesh Soni, Usha, second music, second MSc Physics, Anirudh, N. Raikara, Aniket Anand, and Rakesh, Sunil, Sanjay, Bhanu Prakash, and many more. You have given the correct answer. Very good. Okay, most of the students have given correct answer. So let's solve. The question is, with reference to fly ash produced by the power plants using the coal as fuel, which of the following statements is are correct? Whenever you are solving any question, first of all, identify it is asking about correct statement or incorrect statement. At the same time, you just underline that particular part, correct or incorrect. Okay. So for first part is, fly ash can be used in the production of bricks for building construction. Yes, it can be used. I have shown you in the through the image also. Fly ash can be used as a replacement for some of the Portland cement content of concrete. Yes, it can be used. Fly ash is made up of silicon dioxide, calcium oxide only, and does not contain any toxic elements. This particular part is wrong, because it contains toxic element like lead, arsenic, and many more. There are many toxic part also present in the fly ash. So this particular statement will be wrong. So what will be the correct answer? Correct answer for this particular question will be A. This particular question asked in prelims 2015. So why I am saying that this particular previous year's question is very important? Because previous year's question will provide you the direction in which direction you need to prepare a subject or a particular topic. Okay, so this particular question asked in prelims 2015. A similar type of question repeated in the prelims to 2020. That is the latest prelim. The question is this particular question. You just try and mention in the comment section. Here only one extra information is there. So it is one. Okay, it is second, and it is third. Read all the question, all the statement carefully, and this particular question asked in prelims 2020. Okay. At least try. Very good. Okay, so this particular question, how many students have given correct answer? 1 second. Okay, so for this particular question, Paulomi, Radhika, Preeti Vijay, after that Priyanka Nayak, K.S. Rangaswamy, Mannat Thakur, Murunmay Google, Chandana02, Kiran Chaudhary, Akshita, Kunwaris Baris, sorry, not Kunwaris Baris, Akshita, Rakesh, Sanjay, you have given the correct answer. Okay, some students have given made a mistake because it is integrated with some other concepts also, which we will study in the further slide. For example, this what is this question? Question asked in prelims 2020. Question is, coal ash contains arsenic, lead, and mercury. We know that all these are present in the coal ash. Coal ash means that is the fly ash is also part of coal ash. Coal fired power plant release sulfur dioxide, SO2, and oxides of nitrogen into the environment. So this coal fired power plant, they will release sulfur dioxide, and when this sulfur dioxide will be react with the water, then it will make sulfuric acid. When this oxides of nitrogen, it will react with water, then it will form nitric acid. So yes, both these products are released from the coal fired power plant. Coal fired power plant. And in the that particular acid rain part, acid rain, because these two products, sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen, when react with the water, then makes sulfuric acid and nitric acid. These are both the acid responsible for the acid rain. So this particular part, this statement, I will tell you in the acid rain part again, that the coal fired power plant, it release oxides of sulfur also and oxides of nitrogen. So this particular statement is new for many students, but this particular statement is correct. After that, high ash content is observed in the Indian coal. Yes, in the Indian coal, the content of the ash is very far. The content is very high. There are four category of the coal: anthracite, bituminous, lignous, and peat. I will come to this particular part when I will discuss that related concept related to coal. Okay, so right now all the three statements are correct. So answer for this particular part will be 1, 2, and 3. So this particular question asked in prelims 2020. In this particular part, this particular statement, that it is a coal ash contains arsenic, lead, and mercury. It is similar type of statement which form in this particular question also. Here you can see it does not contain any toxic element, and the same type of here it contains the toxic element, that is a lead, arsenic, and other toxic element also. And UPSC framed here this particular statement like this, that coal ash contains arsenic, lead, and mercury. So if you have solved this particular question, then this you know that this particular first statement is correct. So if the first statement is correct, then the answer may be A and D. So only with the help of first statement you can arrive at the position of 50-50. So I am telling the importance of the previous year's question, that previous year's question is very important for to crack the any competition examination, and especially UPSC prelims examination. So that's why I have told you in the class itself we will discuss 99% of the previous year's question. Okay, so this particular part related to fly ash, it is clear to you? Are you getting? Please let me know. It is clear to you, this particular part? Then we are moving to different type of pollutants. Okay, so this particular part is clear to you. Okay. Okay, so now we are moving to our next part, that is related to the list of the pollutants related to air pollution. Water pollution related pollutants I will cover in the water pollution part. Here I am covering some of the important pollutants related to air pollution. Here also some pollutants, for example, methane, that particular part I will cover in the that global warming part, global warming chapter also. Okay. So first pollutant is carbon monoxide. So what is the important point regarding this particular pollutants? Every year, directly or indirectly, one question is coming regarding the pollutant. So it is very important part. It is a favorite part of UPSC. So in the pollutant part, you can sorry for some disturbance. Sorry. So now, once again, is it audible, visible? Please let me know. So am I audible? Am I visible? Sorry for the disturbance. Please let me know. So am I audible? Am I visible? Sorry for the disturbance. Please let me know that after that I am continuing the part. I was discussing the carbon monoxide part. Okay, so you are saying audible but not visible. Okay, I think now there will be no issue. So now can we continue? Now it is fine. Is it fine now? Both audibility, visibility. Please let me know. One second. Okay, so now it is fine. Is it fine? So now we are discussing that pollutant part. We were discussing the major air pollutants. Okay, so I am audible. Okay. So can I continue only with the help of audibility part? Means because I think there is some internet issue. So can I continue only with the help of audio part of only for today because there is some internet issue, I think. So when So for today's class, I am continuing only with the audibility part because I think there is internet issue. So when I start the video part, then it is disconnecting. But you will not face any problem in understanding the topic. Okay. So I am starting from this particular part, that is the carbon monoxide. So in the so now we are moving the pollutant part. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, so now I am continuing from this part. Okay, so in the first part is carbon monoxide. So regarding this particular pollutant part, once again, so regarding this pollutant part, the carbon monoxide, first of all, we will discuss what all are the sources of this particular pollutant. After that, we will discuss the features, the important characteristics of important features regarding this particular pollutant, that is the carbon monoxide. So now it is okay. Is it okay? Last time, I am asking last time, is it okay? Audibility part, visibility part. Sorry for the inconvenience because there was some internet issue. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we were discussing, I will extend the class for 10 minutes. The timing is 9:30, so I will extend the class till 9:40. Okay, so because there was some disturbance in the class, between the class from my side due to some internet issue, so I will extend the class for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so there will be no issue, and we will discuss the topic which I have allotted for this particular class through the extension of 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so that the compensation, it will be compensated, the disturbance part. Okay, So we were discussing the major pollutants regarding the carbon, regarding the air pollution part. So in this particular part, first we are starting from the carbon monoxide. So carbon monoxide, what all are the sources? So there are some concept. If there is a carbon-based fuel, carbon-based fuel, and with the complete combustion, if the complete combustion is occurring, then it will form carbon dioxide. Means oxygen supply is proper, then it will form carbon dioxide. And if the oxygen supply is not proper, means incomplete combustion process, then it will form carbon monoxide. Incomplete combustion, then it will form carbon monoxide. Okay, so it is very important basic part that for the carbon based fuel, if there is complete combustion, then it will form carbon dioxide, and if it is incomplete combustion, then it will form carbon monoxide. So first of all, what is the source of carbon monoxide? So carbon monoxide is formed when there is incomplete combustion of the carbon based fuel. Very important point, that by with the help of incomplete combustion of the carbon based fuel, maybe petrol, diesel and wood. And it is also formed when there is not enough oxygen. When there will be not enough oxygen, then it will be called incomplete combustion. Then it will lead to formation of the carbon monoxide. Very important. And when this carbon monoxide, when it is burns it in the presence of oxygen, then it will be the color of the flame will be blue. You need to remember this particular part. That if carbon monoxide, it burns in the presence of oxygen, then it will make the flame color blue. Very important part. And what other sources? The automobile exhaust, it is also emitting the carbon monoxide. Very important. Cigarette smoking, forest fires, volcanoes also emitting the carbon monoxide. It is important. It is one of the natural source of emitting the sulfur dioxide, that I will tell you in the sulfur dioxide related concepts. Okay, after that, iron smelting. So these are all the sources of the carbon dioxide. So whenever you are studying any pollutant, then first of all you need to understand the sources of the pollutant. You should have a broad idea regarding a particular sources of the particular pollutants, because after so many sources, you will not be able to remember all the sources of all the pollutants. So major sources, very important sources, you need to remember the major sources of a particular pollutants. For example, in the carbon monoxide part, what is the major sources? The very important concept is incomplete combustion. After that, automobile exhaust. After that, volcanoes and forest fires and cigarette smoking. All these are responsible for the emission of the carbon monoxide. And what all are the characteristic of this particular gas? This particular gas is colorless. There is no color of this gas, odorless, no smell, tasteless. It is a highly toxic gas. Very important. And the density of this particular gas, that is the carbon monoxide, is less than the air. So the density is less as compared to the air, and it is a short-lived pollutant. It remains in the atmosphere for few months, not for years and decades. It remains in the atmosphere for few months. So it is a short-lived pollutant. This concept will come again when I will discuss the global warming potential part. Here, this particular part, pollutants will again, it will come. So you need to remember that carbon monoxide is a short-lived pollutant. Okay, and it is not considered a direct greenhouse gas. What is greenhouse gas and what is greenhouse effect? That I will discuss in that global warming part that I have tell you in the starting of the class. So it is not considered a direct greenhouse gas. And one very important phenomena regarding this particular gas, that is the formation of the carboxyhemoglobin. What is carboxyhemoglobin? Here you can see in this particular image that this hemoglobin, this hemoglobin, it carries the oxygen. So when this hemoglobin, it interact with the carbon monoxide, then binding of this carbon monoxide with the hemoglobin part is more as compared to binding of the oxygen with the hemoglobin part. So this particular binding is more strong. So through the reaction of the carbon monoxide and hemoglobin, it will lead to the formation of carboxyhemoglobin. And this carboxyhemoglobin, it cannot carry the oxygen, or it will disturb the oxygen carrying capacity. It will reduce the oxygen carrying capacity through the help of hemoglobin. So this particular phenomena is very important, that carbon monoxide, when it reacts with the hemoglobin, then it forms carboxyhemoglobin. And what will be the effect of carboxyhemoglobin? The oxygen carrying capacity will be reduced. Very important. It is one of the very important phenomena regarding this particular gas, carbon monoxide. So it can be seen, it can't be seen, it can be smelled, it can't be heard, and it can be stopped. So these are the characteristics which I have told you, that it is a colorless gas, can't be seen, odorless gas, and tasteless gas. So this particular concept, the carboxyhemoglobin, is very important. When it combines with hemoglobin to form carboxyhemoglobin, which is highly stable and reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Very important. And this particular part is also very important, that in the atmosphere, it is responsible for the formation of ground level ozone. What is ground level ozone and how it forms, this particular part I will discuss in the ground level ozone part. Okay. And it is also responsible for the elevation, elevate the concentration of methane gas. And this methane gas is a strong greenhouse gas. So I have told you that carbon dioxide gas is not directly considered greenhouse gas, but it can increase the concentration of the methane gas, and that methane gas is a strong greenhouse gas. That is very important. And one very important point, that this carbon monoxide is indirectly responsible for the formation of ground level ozone. The reaction is there, this particular reaction, which is not important from the examination point of view. You just need to remember that carbon monoxide can lead to formation of the ground level ozone. A particular statement is like this, that carbon monoxide, it may be responsible for the formation of the ground level ozone. Then that particular statement will be correct statement. Okay. So what is the important points regarding the carbon monoxide? Important point is then, when there will be incomplete combustion of the carbon based fuel, then it will lead to the formation of the carbon monoxide. What other sources? Other sources are automobile exhaust, volcanoes, forest fire, cigarette smoking. What is the characteristic features? This particular gas is colorless, odorless, and it is not directly a greenhouse gas, and it is responsible for the elevation of concentration of methane gas, and that methane gas is a very important greenhouse gas. Okay. And it is also responsible indirectly for the formation of the ground level ozone. So these are the important points regarding this particular gas, that is the carbon monoxide. This particular reaction is not important from examination point of view. Only you need to remember that carbon monoxide is responsible indirectly for the formation of the ozone. How and this particular reaction, chemical reaction, is not important from examination point of view. Okay. So what are the effect, means after the poisoning through the help of this carbon monoxide, what will be the effect? The effect will be, it will lead to headache, nausea, dizziness, breathlessness, collapse, and loss of consciousness. All the general effects are there. the sign of the carbon monoxide poisoning. So these are the general terms, not that much important. And what all are the sources? It is very important. This particular part is important, that question may be from framed like this, that what all sources are responsible for the emission of carbon monoxide. Then these are the household sources. For example, garage, this bedroom, here the space heater we are using, but there is no proper ventilation, so oxygen supply will be less. So incomplete combustion will lead to the formation of carbon monoxide. So here at this basement area also, if there is not proper ventilation, this chimney part also, because it is clogged or there is not proper ventilation. So the key term is, that is the improper and incomplete combustion. Incomplete, it is the keyword. With the help of this keyword you can eliminate the option. Okay, so this particular question, try and solve, and what will be your answer, please mention in the chat box. So this particular question, it is a colorless and odorless gas and one of the most serious pollutants produced as a result of incomplete combustion. It is the keyword of carbon. It binds to the hemoglobin to form carboxyhemoglobin, which is highly poisonous to living beings because of its ability to block the delivery of oxygen to the organs and tissues. Which of the following air pollutants being referred to in the above passage? So it is talking about the carbon monoxide, because when carbon monoxide, when it reacts with the hemoglobin, then it will form carboxyhemoglobin, and carboxyhemoglobin, it will reduce the oxygen carrying capacity. Oxygen carrying capacity. Okay, so for this particular question, answer will be option C, that is the carbon monoxide. A simple question. Now we are moving to next part, that is the next pollutant. Once again, so all the students have given correct answer for this particular question, which regarding the carbon monoxide. So now I am moving to the second pollutant, that is the carbon dioxide. Okay, so carbon dioxide, this particular slide. So first of all, what all are the sources of carbon dioxide? The sources are given: fossil fuels, very important; burning of agriculture residue. From this particular part, a question was asked regarding the prelims 2019. Then that particular question we will solve later. But the burning of agriculture residue, why it is important? Due to Delhi air pollution, because one of the reason regarding the air pollution at Delhi is cited as the burning of the crop residue in the adjoining states, that is the Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan. So this particular burning of the agriculture residue, it leads to the formation of the carbon dioxide. Respiration activities, in the respiration activities we take the oxygen and we exhaust the carbon dioxide. Forest fire, it is also responsible, because this year in the 2019 there are many forest fire happen. It may be in Australia and many in different regions of the country and world also. So this, it also become very important. that forest fires also lead to the formation of the carbon dioxide. And what all the natural sources, that is the volcanoes, important. Volcanoes, hot spring, geysers, these are the natural sources of carbon dioxide. What is the features? It is also colorless, very important. It is also odorless gas, and but it is a major greenhouse gas. The carbon monoxide was not directly a greenhouse gas, but that was responsible for the increase in the concentration of the methane gas, and that methane gas was a greenhouse gas. But here in the case of carbon dioxide, it is a major greenhouse gas and it causes global warming. What is global warming? This particular topic I will discuss in further slides. And this particular gas is heavier than air. The carbon monoxide was not heavier than air, that was lighter than air, but this carbon dioxide, it is heavier than air. You need to remember this particular point. Okay, this small information, maybe direct question will not come, but this small information will help to eliminate the option and arrive at the right answer. Okay, so it is also responsible for the ocean acidification. What is ocean acidification? This particular is a different topic, I will discuss later, but you can just giving you passing reference that with the help of this CO2, when it react with the ocean water, that is the H2O, then it will lead to the formation of carbonic acid, H2CO3. It is the carbonic acid. So it is a reaction which lead to the formation of ocean acidification, that in the ocean part, through the reaction between the atmospheric carbon dioxide and ocean water, it will lead to the formation of carbonic acid, and that carbonic acid, it is a acid. So it is responsible for the ocean acidification. This particular concept I will discuss further also, but I have given just a passing reference that this particular gas, carbon dioxide, is responsible for ocean acidification also. And this particular gas, it is reacting with the water, it is soluble in the water. Okay, very important point. It is soluble in the water and it occurs naturally because it is soluble in the water. So naturally it occurs in the groundwater, rivers, lakes, ice caps, glaciers, and also in sea water. Very important characteristic that it is soluble in water. So regarding the carbon dioxide, what important point you need to remember? The sources is fossil fuels, very important. The burning of the agriculture residue, that forest fire, and volcanoes. These are the very important of carbon dioxide. Color it is responsible for acidification and it is soluble in water. Okay, so this particular part regarding the carbon dioxide emission, here you can see the sources also listed in this particular slide also. First source is fossil fuel based combustion. It also lead to the emission of the carbon dioxide. And after that, in this particular part, in the fossil fuel part, there is oil, coal, and natural gas. Further classification of the fossil fuel, that highest that with the help of fossil So we are discussing this particular part regarding the fossil fuel, the carbon dioxide. So here for this particular slide, what are the in the fossil fuel part, it is a coal which is responsible for the highest percentage of the formation of the carbon dioxide emission. After that, in this particular slide, there is a land use changes. What is the land use changes? And deforestation. For example, earlier at a particular location, there were many plants. So these plants in the process of photosynthesis process, they will take the carbon dioxide and they will release the oxygen. But now due to cutting of these plants are not here. So there will be less photosynthesis process. So this carbon dioxide, that absorption of this carbon dioxide will be less. So this type of land use changes is also responsible for the indirect emission of the carbon dioxide, and the industrial process also responsible for the emission of the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so after that, this particular part regarding the greenhouse gas we will discuss in detail, but right now I am just giving you a passing reference that these are the incoming solar radiation. After the incoming solar radiation, when it reflected back, then the atmospheric gases, they trap some energy, this particular energy, and due to which temperature of the earth increases, which is called greenhouse gas effect. And which all gases are there, and what is the effect of greenhouse gas, greenhouse effect, that particular part I will discuss, and I will discuss the global warming part. Okay, so just now I have given you the passing reference that carbon dioxide is responsible for the greenhouse gas effect, that it traps the reflected solar radiation. So due to the temperature of the earth increases, and it is responsible for the greenhouse effect. And due to human induced greenhouse effect, now there will be gases, not only carbon dioxide, many more gases with high concentration, they will absorb the more temperature. So when they will absorb the more heat rays, then the temperature will further increase. So this particular process has aggravated the. So this particular part where I was discussing regarding the greenhouse effect, that carbon dioxide is responsible. Carbon dioxide is responsible for the absorption of the reflected solar radiation, which is responsible for the increase of the temperature, which is leading to the greenhouse effect. Okay, this particular concept again it will come, and this one particular concept, that is the carbon fertilization. What is carbon fertilization? The term itself says that carbon fertilization. So if there is more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, then this more carbon dioxide will be taken by the plants and so I am not extending the class because the internet issue is coming from my side. So the 5-10 minutes which at the starting I told you, that particular So till now whatever I have discussed, is it clear to you? The let me know in chat box, because due to internet issue, if I will continue the class, in the starting I told you to extend the class. Okay, so whatever we have discussed, so okay, so from this particular part, now we will the remaining part regarding other pollutants and other concepts related to air pollution, that we will discuss in the next class. Okay, and sorry for the inconvenience from my side, because there was internet issue. From next class I will take care of it, and those students who have joined the classes get the PPT and their respective folders. Okay, and those students who have not joined, they can join and they can access the all the earlier lectures also, which we have discussed. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience once again, and we will meet in the next lecture. Okay. Okay, so I am leaving the class.